Hey everybody, Tim here with today's review of Doctor Who, story number 6, The Aztecs. So this is an okay episode. It's not great, but it's not terrible. It's fairly popular, and a lot of people really like it. Like the actress that plays Barbara really liked it. I think she said that this was her favorite episode that she was involved in. So it's 4 episodes long, and they're all intact. But overall, like, I don't know, for whatever reason, the story didn't just grasp me like some other stories do. I mean, it starts out pretty interesting. We see Barbara and Susan walk out of the TARDIS, and they're in an Aztec tomb. It's like the 15th century or something. And Barbara puts on a bracelet, and they're just kind of talking about, like, Barbara knows what year it is and who this person was, and all sorts of stuff. And Susan's like, how do you know all this? And Barbara's like, well, I studied a lot of, like, ancient history, civilization, stuff like that, especially the Aztecs. So from here, it becomes like an interesting story, like a Doctor Who story, where Barbara gets kidnapped. The Doctor, Ian, and Susan have to chase after her. Where they're in the tomb, and there's like a trap door, so people can get out of the tomb, but they can't get back in. So the High Priestess or whoever shows up, assuming that Barbara is the reincarnation of Yetaxa, I think that's how they said it, because she was wearing the bracelet. And I mean, it gets some interesting drama in there. Like Ian has to escort a human sacrifice to his death because they want to make it rain. But Barbara doesn't want to do that, so she's trying to ban human sacrificing. And her thought process is if she bans it, maybe the Aztecs will survive and become like a thriving society. And the Doctor gets all sorts of pissed off and is just yelling at her and berating her about how she can't change history like that and it's unacceptable. So, of course, Barbara tries to stop it and says, no, don't kill him. The man kills himself anyway, and then it starts raining, of course, because they timed it or whatever. The High Priestess instantly starts thinking that Barbara's a fake. So this is right around episode 2 of 4. And for me, this is where it just started plummeting. Like, I just lost interest so fast because, like, they just start setting up traps for each other. Like, the High Priest starts quizzing Barbara, like, how many heavens are there? And, I mean, since she studied that, she can answer some of the questions. Ian becomes like this warrior and knocks out a guy with his thumb, which I have no idea what pressure point he pushed, but whatever. And now Ian and this other warrior have to battle to who leads the army. And of course there's like a subplot where the Doctor's helping but doesn't know it and ends up poisoning Ian by mistake. So overall, like, I think the acting is superb in this episode. Of course they all make it out at the end, just right at the last moment. I think the acting is great all around, and I think the first half had some really interesting drama, but towards the latter half, I just kind of started losing interest. Like, it kind of became repetitive, and it's like, oh, you're not a real goddess. Well, you can't prove it, and that's about it. So if any of you guys have seen this one, I know for a lot of these early episodes, not a lot of you have seen it. I'm probably in the minority of people who have seen this, but I'll still ask anyway, just because I'm so used to doing it with all of my Trek videos and everything. So for those who have seen this video, the Aztecs, did you guys like it? Did you find it really interesting? This kind of goes back to like the original Doctor Who was created for, of being kind of an educational program. So let me know what you guys thought. It was written by the same guy that did the Marco Polo. And I mean, we've seen Cavemen, we've seen Marco Polo, we've seen the Aztecs. To me, those are kind of some of the more boring stories, just in my opinion. I like the more sci-fi out there ones, the more allegorical stories. So go ahead, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching my Doctor Who videos. I hope you guys are enjoying them so far. I'm pre-recording these pretty far in advance, so who knows where I'm even up to at this point. And I will see you guys for the next video, one that I have pretty good fond memories of. I'm excited for this one, the Censor Rights.